Welcome to the Safari Arie Experience with your host, Brandon McCaskill and Arie Hugerbrick, otherwise known as Safari Arie.
Hit record. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, then I'm just going to go in about this new show idea that me and you have discussed.
Yes.
So currently I'm in Vancouver, and I've actually had some pretty cool and amazing experiences with a few people.
Yeah.
And I've just been able to have some pretty in-depth conversations, and I'm finding that I really enjoy them. And but at the same time, it's like, I don't know if it's like I don't get enough of these conversations, or I just think it would just be really cool to, kind of record some of these. And
Right.
I don't know. So we discussed this idea of just not necessarily like this would be like a completely other show. Like we could call it the Safari Arie Talk Show. That's what I was thinking anyways. And all we do is we're just going to hit the record button, and we're just going to talk, and we're just going to talk about whatever. I guess in the grand scheme of things, a lot of it will, kind of be around the show, or sorry, the bike ride in a way, in the sense of just, but more like life, like what's going on out there that's, beside the, I'm in this city and the weather's been great and I've seen this and done that, this or that. Like, that's all cool. It all serves a purpose. But I'd actually like to just have a show where we're actually having some real conversations, and we're not worried about a time limit of, we got to keep it down to 6 minutes because, people are going to lose interest, yada, yada, yada. I'm just like, if people aren't interested in listening, that's great, whatever. No big deal.
The video.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't know if you want to maybe just if you want to input just some ideas, or if you want to say something about what I've just said, or.
No, I think it's a good idea because, like, we'll talk off camera a lot just about, even deep personal stuff that a lot of people could probably resonate with, and it's quality content that I really think deserves the spotlight. So.
Yeah, of course. And then, of course, we realized that we didn't have the record button on, and at the same time, it's a completely different context.
Why didn't we record that?
Yeah. And it's a completely different context than what the kind of the road show is about. So we just wanted to basically, I think the idea is just to create a platform where we can just hit record on these different conversations that we're having, and just see where they go. We're not really going to put a time limit, whether they last a half hour, an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And the other thing is just something I've thought about, like, because technically this is quote unquote content. If we want to, I don't know if put the effort in and turn it into a podcast also, where you just separate the video from the audio or whatever. We can obviously look at that down the road, because something like that, maybe want 5 or 6 or 7 shows under your belt, because usually podcasts are more structured and more scheduled. We will have a little bit of a challenge sometimes. It's not like we can really schedule these in the grand scheme of things, just because it's hard to say where I'll be on the road.
Exactly.
Like, I'm hoping to have these kinds of conversations on a more regular basis. But you know what I mean? It's just, we just don't know where I'll be on the road as far as noise factor, indoors, outdoors kind of deal. But no, I'm actually kind of excited about this platform and this idea. Because we usually have some pretty good conversations, and like I said, we haven't hit the record button.
I agree. I had a question for you, and I just can't remember what it was. But
so we're already fumbling. The show is already the show is already a failure. The show is already a failure.
I was so
Stop watching. Yeah.
You
know what? I think and I think at the same time, I think we should maybe also add a disclosure to this show. We're both Christian, and we're not going to apologize for that. And so, you just might actually hear the G word, God, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be a God show, I don't think by any means,
No.
but it's going to be about life. And whether you believe it or not, he is part of that. And so he will find his way into our show sporadically. And we're not going to apologize for that, but it is a disclosure, like, you know, take it or leave it kind of deal.
Yeah.
So maybe just put that in,
You know,
and go from
not,
there.
not looking for debates, not looking for any controversy.
No,
Yes, this
no.
is who we are,
Yeah.
and we can't help who we are when we're talking about it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think the other thing is just also disclosure. I mean, I'm usually a pretty, I like to quote unquote honest person, in the sense, like,
yeah,
just on your end, in the sense of, you know, I don't shy away from the tough questions.
yeah,
You know, because, you know, with our other show, you kind of typically direct the show.
yeah.
And so, you'll obviously sort of take that little bit of a lead again, I think. And, you know, like, I'm not afraid of tough questions.
No,
You know what I mean? Usually the tougher the question, the more I'm actually excited about the answer. And
yeah,
so, yeah, so it'll just be me.
yeah. And that being said, like I know I just said, we're not looking for a debate or like to throw Christianity or God in front of everybody. But if there's something that we say that invokes some sort of question within you, like feel free to reach out to Ari if you got a
Sure.
question, or me, even me. Send me a message on Facebook if something's really, encouraged
Hmm.
you away. We like to hear that kind of stuff. So
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think that in the grand scheme of things, I sort of think that kind of
mm-hmm.
talks about most of the show, like in like, or like, that's at least that's what I'm thinking. I mean, well, like,
Oh,
obviously
awesome.
it'll evolve. Yeah, I think it'll, it's hard, whatever it evolves
Yeah,
into will be great. And like I said, it for me personally, this is not, I mean, I think the conversations, I think there's an audience that would be, it would be helpful too.
right.
Um, Whether how difficult it is to find that audience, who knows? Basically, my agenda is just to be able to have a conversation.
Mm,
And I just think that it's like, yeah, like I said, we've had some pretty good conversations, and then it's like, man, if we were just recording that.
yeah,
So it's just, yeah, it's kind of a take it or leave it. We're just going to talk about life or whatever.
yeah,
And, I mean, obviously there are people that actually have an invested, quote unquote, invested interest in my ride. And many of them are actually curious about the deeper side. Usually I haven't posted too much poetry in quite some time, but way back in the beginning, I was posting some poetry that actually was reflective of a failed engagement. And
yeah,
I noticed that I had quite a few followers kind of really respond to that more deeper level.
yeah,
So yeah, this is going to be the place where, if you are so interested or whatever, people say they're inspired by the ride. It's like, well, if you're actually inspired by the ride, then probably you're also even a little bit interested in a little bit into the deeper side of things. And so this will be the platform
yeah,
where we sort of go there and sort of investigate that.
yeah,
But I think the other, I guess, for just, yeah, because like I said, this show itself is just more about talking about what we're thinking and just having that conversation about out loud in our thoughts.
right.
And yeah, unless I'm missing anything else, probably what we actually should do is we should record some kind of intro to the show, right? Like, like if you listen to a podcast, there's kind of
Right.
always that quote unquote intro
I can do
kind of
that.
deal. So maybe that's what we should do, is we should record. And actually, I just want, what, I'm going to go off screen for a minute, because I can do that.
We have the
Because I
technology.
actually had, yeah. And I'm not trying to please, and I'm not trying to please anyone here.
Yeah.
So I just went off screen, and so be it.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yes.
Oh, I can.
Yeah. Anyways, actually, because I'm just looking, because I did actually sort of write something out. Like, am I allowed to just read something in an intro, or
I
I
guess
don't
so.
know.
Try it.
All right. Well, okay. So this is what I'm thinking, is because we might just use this audio for this intro. but we might screw it up and we'd have to do this once or twice. But so this is what I'm thinking, is that I'm going to introduce my name, and then you introduce your name, and then I'll just put this out here, and you tell me if it's any cool or any good. So so on the count of
Oh, I'm nervous.
Oh, you're nervous. Don't screw this up. Okay, yeah, like we're gonna do this in one take and only one take.
Oh,
so, like I said, I'm gonna introduce my name, and then you introduce your name, and then I'm gonna go in with this intro. So, my name is Arie Hugerbrug,
and my name is Brandon McCaskill.
and this is the Safari Arie Talk Show. This is where we get a chance to talk about my ride, my experiences, and my life on a deeper level, unedited. Feel free to join us, but don't expect to be entertained. Viewers' discretion advised. We may talk about God.
That's perfect.
Is it?
Man.
Is it?
You need to do voiceover, man.
No, I can't do that with the crap. And I had to read that. Like, that's how bad I am. And I don't know. Okay, so yeah. Do you think actually we can do that? We can use that one. Did that?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think the recording might be a little fuzzy. We'll have to see how it sounds after I.
Okay. All right. We'll leave that with you.
Yeah.
This is the other thing is, and I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the deal is when it comes to using music. But I have the perfect, because this is the thing is I want to go a little bit out there with the music intro, because we should have some, we can have some, like some funky music, I was thinking.
Oh yeah.
So
whoa.
make it
define funky. What does that mean?
Okay, make a note of this, because this is actually what I would love to use as the intro, intro to this song. Have you heard of the Glitch Mob?
No.
Oh, okay. So make a note, the Glitch Mob.
The Glitch Mob.
We can make the world stop.
Did you post this the other day?
Well, no, well, I did post the Glitch Mob, yes, but that was just when they take some other song, they took White Stripes, Seven Nation Army. Yeah, they did. Yes, they did a cover, White Stripes, Seven Nation Army.
Right.
But yes, it's the same band. But if you go into YouTube and go Glitch Mob and go, what was it I said? I think I said, we can stop the world. I think it was.
We can stop the world.
No, we can make the world stop. Yeah, if you check that song out, especially like just the intro to that song, like I would love to. I don't know. Can we use the word steal or borrow or?
That's
I don't know.
A Christian thing to say.
Well, borrow. Okay, can we borrow the intro? Like, because it's not like we're on CBC or CTV or I don't know, whatever different. Like we're just two guys on YouTube.
That's right.
But anyways, check that song out. I would love that to be the intro.
Do it. We'll make it happen.
But okay. So like we did a potential intro, and if we can use that, then great. I guess if we need to re-record that, then I guess let me know.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I was thinking. If you have any more to add or whatever.
No, I don't think so. That sounds like a really good idea to me.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Okay. I guess then technically we could hit, I just had my host from Coquitlam message me. Yeah, I'm still at the hostel here in Vancouver. But yeah, I guess if you want to hit the unrecord. And please subscribe. It's Brandon on the other side of my screen does a tremendous amount of work. And this ultimately someday at the end of, when we're old, possibly pays off for him if you subscribe, but only if you subscribe. So please subscribe. It makes such a big difference.
Absolutely.
Besides, well, I mean, at the same time, everyone's hit the stop button by now, at least. at least. There's no way that there's anybody listening right now. But that's the beauty of our show, because we don't care. We just ask everyone to subscribe, but then It's like, okay,
Yeah,
full disclosure, we don't care if you're listening anymore.
exactly.
Can I say that? But anyways.
You just offended the whole audience, and now we don't have
I
an
did.
audience.
I did. Okay.
All right, hit and stop. Here we go.
Okay. Awesome.